so today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about what makeup products I use when my skin starts to break out and doesn't look its best. So basically my skin reacts a lot to makeup products and even skincare products. Any product in general that is put on my skin like hates it. My skin is so sensitive to every single product out there. It never used to be like that. I know in high school it wasn't like that, and I feel like halfway through college my skin kind of started to freak out, so I don't really know what happened. Possibly because I started working in cosmetics, so I was trying all their free samples and the testers and all that kind of stuff, and my skin maybe just freaked out because of all the different, crap I was putting on my skin. So, and I'll get into skincare another time too, because I also have a problem with skincare products and ingredients in skincare products. I have problems with ingredients in makeup as well. I get like these little white bumps, mostly on my cheeks and really badly on my forehead. And then I get scabs because I try to like pick at them, which is not cute. So I'm sorry you have to look at my bare skin right now. And this actually isn't even bad for me. This is on its way to bad. So like I know when my skin isn't doing great, and I know when it's starting to get to the bad point, mainly because my skin has been absolutely horrible before. And I will insert a photo so that you guys can see, like I couldn't even go outside. I didn't even want to put makeup on because makeup would burn. I didn't even want to go to the grocery store with makeup on because, yeah, makeup would cover like the redness, but makeup wouldn't cover the bumps and the texture, and that's like my number one problem. There are tons of bad ingredients in your makeup products that I definitely recommend you check the back of your ingredients or the back of your products for the ingredient list. I know dimethicone isn't great for your skin, but also most products that you own have dimethicone in them, so definitely look at the back of your products for the ingredient list. I know talc isn't great. I know there's a few others. Obviously alcohol isn't good for your skin. It dries out your skin really bad. There's another one that is like really bad for your skin too. I know silicone isn't great to have in your makeup products either because it clogs your pores. There's a ton. There's a huge list. I probably can't even pronounce them all. But if you just research online, you'll see tons of lists and you can kind of look through those just if you think makeup is affecting your skin as well, because I know it does affect mine. Kind of on my everyday, when I go to work, I don't wear makeup. I'll cover like certain red spots on my face and definitely put on concealer to cover the darkness around my eyes, just because I don't want to look too rough at work, but I also want to let my skin breathe. And then usually at night, if I go out to do something, I will put some makeup on. But this is the makeup, kind of like the foundation routine that I would use if I was going out at night during the week. So I have these 3 products. They aren't necessarily foundations. They're more like skin tints. So they're really gentle on your skin. They're definitely not as heavy as a full coverage foundation. They feel really light on the skin. The only problem I have with these, each of them, is that I feel like throughout the day my skin gets really oily wearing them. I know for this one it gets really oily because there's sunscreen in it. But this is a really good one to wear like during the day rather than at night. This is the Borean Cc Cream. The thing that sucks about this right now is that my skin is a little bit more tan than usual, so I don't know how this would look on me right now. Actually, all 3 of these are not my shade, but my skin was doing so well for a while that I didn't have to really reach for these or use these. This one is pretty, this one's almost gone. This is Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals Foundation. This is the best one out of these 3 for your skin. This one almost has nearly no ingredients in it. It's really gentle on the skin. However, I do believe that it has the worst amount of coverage. Like it almost does nothing for my skin besides give like a little light sheer tint to my skin, which is fine if I put like concealer on to cover the darker spots, but sometimes I want something with a little bit more coverage. And then lastly, this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. I like this one as well. It does make my face a little bit oily throughout the day. I do have very oily skin as well, so maybe that's, why the combination isn't great. But this one also is too light for me at this time, which kind of sucks, so we'll have to kind of work with them. Luckily, they are light coverage, so even if they're a little bit light, you can kind of warm it up with bronzer and you can't tell as much. Sometimes if it's like a full coverage foundation, obviously you're going to be able to tell if the color doesn't match correctly. So I'm going to I don't know which one I want to use. This one I think is a little bit darker for me right now, so just for that reason alone, I'm going to use this one. I already put, I have an acne cream that I put on my face. It's prescribed by a dermatologist, so I put that one on first. And I'm not going to put any moisturizer on because sometimes, maybe it's me just being paranoid, but sometimes I feel like moisturizer even breaks me out, even if it's from like Whole Foods and it's organic and there's like 3 ingredients. I swear it breaks me out as well. So I'm going to start by putting this on my skin. I probably shouldn't use this brush. I'm just going to use my fingers because that brush definitely has some like foundation residue from other foundations. My skin just isn't having it. I would love to put like a pore filling primer on because I have larger pores right here. Cute, I know. But I, again, don't know if the silicone in the Benefit Professional clogs my pores. I hate putting products on with my hands. Grosses me out. I remember in high school, I didn't know like how to do makeup at all. And I would take my foundation, squeeze it in my hands every morning, rub it like this, and then just apply it in circles on my face. Literally like it was a moisturizer or a face wash. And then I would slap bronzer all over my face as well, which is disgusting. Like I didn't even use it in the right places to contour my face. I would just put it all over. Like I did not know what I was doing. It's so embarrassing. That's why I think it's funny when like people do those how I did my makeup in high school videos, because I don't even think I would want, like, I'm so scared of what I would look like. I don't even want to know what I would look like. It like mortifies me to even think that I did that. And then I think I just used a black gel liner and lined my upper waterline and then my lower waterline, and then like threw on some crappy mascara and went out the door. Like I look like a raccoon. Who keeps calling me? Stop. So I zoomed you in so you could see a little bit better kind of what I was doing, especially because this is like a skin video. So now I actually think that helped my skin a lot. Again, like I said before, I don't have like red blemishes on my face. It's more texture. Now I'm going to take a concealer and I'm going to... I feel like for this step, so when my skin was really horrible, I had like a, I think Neutrogena sold it. It wasn't really the best concealer, but it was like a concealer for acne, and I used that. So when my skin was horrible, I definitely think that helped. So I would recommend that one. Again, it's by Neutrogena. I think they have a whole acne line. But because it's not horrible right now, and really the only thing that I'm covering is like the scars on my face. They're not acne, the scars on my face. I don't think this concealer will irritate it too much. I'm going to apply concealer in the normal spots under my eyes. And then I'm going to apply it just kind of where I have those scars. I don't know if the lights also are washing out my skin, because I know sometimes bright lights can make your skin look better than it is. Again, not that it's like horrible right now, but I feel like I'm going to get a lot of people that are going to tell me like my skin's fine. And I promise you, in this mirror in front of me, it's not. But what I'm going to do, so I can kind of keep that product in its place, and I don't want it to kind of rub around. I want to concentrate the product on where my little red blemish is. I'm going to pat it into my skin rather than swipe it around and do circles, because that will kind of buff it out and thin out the product, where we just want to concentrate the product in one area and kind of just make it seamless. So I'm going to do that on all my acne spots, or scars, whatever you want to call them. And I also like to use like my clean brushes when I'm doing makeup on my face when it's not at its best, because I just feel like sponges or beauty blenders hold so much bacteria, and like mine's disgusting. Okay, like mine needs to be like, I wouldn't even say washed at this point. Like mine needs to be in the garbage because it's just so gross. I need to buy a new one, but like $20 for a sponge really, really stresses me out. So For me, I kind of get acne in this area on my cheeks, and then I'm recently getting it on my forehead. Like I said before, that's not usual for me, but this time around, I guess it wanted to be on my forehead. And I also get it around my brow. So anything kind of like right here, up a little bit higher, where my bronzer, blush, and highlight would go, isn't necessarily where I break out often. So I kind of do keep that the same, but I make everything else like really light on my face rather than using primer, heavy foundation, heavy concealer. As for the powder, instead of going in, I have mine in this ugly case, I know. It's like for food, but this is the RCMA No Color Powder. Instead of going in with a heavy powder like this, I prefer going in with like a super light pressed powder and just barely dipping my brush in and putting it on my face. So this is the one that I love. I was trying to open something else. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffuse Light. I like this one because it doesn't dry out my under eyes. Like, it still gives my under eyes a little bit of a sheen. I think it's really pretty. Because I keep kind of like my bronzer and blush and highlighting routine the same, I'm just going to speed through that part. I'll show you the products I'm using. This is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. It's my favorite one. I know this is supposed to be like a contour, but I use it as a bronzer. If that's wrong, please let a girl know, because I don't really care. And I'm going to use it as a bronzer. So next I'm going to grab the Becca blush, and this is in the shade Songbird. It's really pretty. I think kind of goes with my eyes today. And then I'm going to grab this ColourPop blush, or this ColourPop highlighter, and it's called Flexitarian is the shade. It's pretty as well.